Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Tip of the Sphere, or something like that.
It's 6.
It's 6. Thank you.
Yeah, many.
I listen. That's more than on my hand. I can't count. Oh my god, I have a second hand. Okay. Anyways, so yes, welcome.
Make that 3.
Yeah, I got 4. So yes, joining me we have Varelli Blue.
Hello, I'm Really Blue, and I play Afaya, the rogue operative android.
Heck yeah! And then we have Cypher Orenji.
Hello, I am Cypher and I play Galahad. He talks like this.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Don't die.
Excuse me.
Galahad ate a fly.
Yeah. He got a bug in him. Yeah, because he's a computer. Yeah. Next we have Skip Skipperson.
Hi, I'm Skip. I play Jason Lancaster, and he talks like this. He's he'll get your mail right on time. Don't you worry about it.
Hell
He's
yeah.
a fuckboy.
Yeah.
How dare you say this to me? Also, yes.
Then we have
First of all, how dare you?
Fair. Then we have Naifuwu.
Hi, I play Sondorian. Pleasure to meet you all.
Okay, and then
Yep.
lastly, lastly we have Zumi VT.
Hi, I'm Zumi. I play Heidi, and Ghost. Ghost is in Heidi's head.
Yeah. Okay. Does someone want to give a little recap of the last session?
I can do it if no one else wants to.
I mean, go for it.
Hell yeah. Let me take a sip. Alright, running the numbers. Let's see. Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, I remember now. Well, last session was nothing but a roleplay session. There was no combat to be spoken of. However, there has been fun developments on Jason's end. Jason went with Dutch to talk to a contact of his, and well, what was her name? It started with an M. I forgot.
Ellen?
But what I can say is Jason got lucky.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Calm down, you two. My dogs are being dogs. And then we
Arf.
had Galahad. Galahad went shopping with Nanaya. And Nanaya ended up making Galahad carry all her bags. But Galahad got a new fit.
Yeah. He was a skater boy.
Mm-hmm. And we don't see it later just yet. He's here forever. And then, as for me, Afaya, Afaya, with the help of Jean and Lucy, not Jean, Lucy and Victoria, there we go. With the help of those two, Afaya was able to... Excuse me for a second. Boys. Don't bite underneath my feet, please. Thank you. Alright, they're behaving. I'm watching dogs. This will be a thing for probably this entire session. Short rundown. Afaya has emotions now. Yippee.
Yay!
She can actually process them. We got the software. Albeit it possibly might be a bit buggy. Who knows? We got it on discount.
It maybe is a cracked version. Who's to say?
Yeah. But after that, Afaya went shopping with Victoria and Lucy. And they bumped into Naya and Galahad. And Afaya got herself some new clothes. And while that was going on, Afaya also may have witnessed some paranormal activity. Or maybe it's just an ocular glitch. It's probably just an ocular glitch.
Who's to say?
It's an ocular glitch. Oh, right. And then, while we kept on, we also had to deal with the, basically Jason decided, hey, if I has emotions now, let's test it. And we decided to watch a horror movie, and wow, that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all. Afaya went back to her room early before the movie can end, and she ended up having what is possibly a nightmare. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, so before we start the session proper, I gotta know what Heidi's been up to, because it's been a week since the last time. It's been 2 weeks
Mhm.
IRL, but
It's been-
in game it's been a week. Since you were able to join us.
So, Heidi had been under a lot of stress from the last combat that she was in. When Ghost came back, Ghost powered down. Heidi didn't wake up.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna say that she's been in medical care,
Okay,
in like a quote unquote sleep.
okay.
Occasionally Ghost would wake up, but Heidi is still has still been unconscious.
Okay. So you're in the med bay.
Mm-hmm.
A torpor, yeah. A fugue state, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep you sleeping until you deem to wake up. So let's yes.
I would say that for like present time, Ghost could be awake. Like
Okay.
uh what I was wondering, sorry, was there like a scene or something that you were trying to do, or just like
Yes, sorry, I was responding to a DM.
oh
And I'm also trying to figure out chronologically what should happen first.
okay.
I think, given that someone woke up in the middle of the night, let's start with that someone. Let's start with the fire. It's like early morning now.
Yippee! There we go. You were behaving until the moment I turned the mic back on.
Yeah. Dogs be dogs. Arf arf.
Get off your brother. Here. Counterplay. You go into my lap. There we go. There we go. Anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, wake up wake up early. That's the plan. Afaya wakes up early. Lucy's still in bed. Is Lucy in bed? Or
I think she's let's see. Yeah, she's in bed.
okay.
She has not snuck out this night to visit you know who.
Yeah. Let's go ahead with. Yeah, I'm just going to. The window is probably still not. It's not open, but like you can
Visible.
see through
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's on.
I would probably turn that off, maybe, and then yeah, just head on over to the cafeteria. Cafeteria or break room, whatever we call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to. Afia wants to show her. It's before I hate the best. Yeah. Afia, in order to show her appreciation, she is going to make 2 black coffees, an Earl Grey, some more freshly squeezed orange juice for Lucy. For Jean, an iced coffee with vanilla and cream. And Galahad, she will worry about Galahad after. As for Jason, probably just gonna make him a protein shake. But like infuse maybe like a little bit of an energy drink with it. And then for herself, a triple espresso. And with the triple espresso, she's gonna leave to go to the hangar and get a warm can of oil for Galahad. But before she does that, she's going to actually leave a note with all the drinks out. And it's going to say, I felt compelled to show my appreciation. Smiley face. Afia.
Okay. Who's waking up next?
I mean, Jason will if nobody else is.
Okay.
I think Jason's gonna get up at a regular time and just like go hit the. I think he does actually try to get his protein and then head to the gym normally most mornings.
Mhm.
So he's gonna head down there and see Afia's note and just be like, "Aw, well that's lovely," and grab the protein shake and go start lifting weights.
Okay. It's a little montage of, imagine legally distinct non-copyright version songs of like Highway to the Danger Zone-esque Top Gun, very Top Gun soundtrack starts playing as he's, lifting. What, I have a very important question. What muscle group is today?
I think today is in fact leg day.
Leg day. Okay, so we're doing
It's not Skip.
Okay.
He's gonna be just like, ooh, no, I don't know. Let's not go walking today. Like, like we're not on the station right now. So
Yeah.
now that we're not, he's like, yep, we're gonna be in space for a while. It's time for legs.
Okay. So
I don't have to go anywhere.
doing that that machine where it kind of back at an angle and you like push up. I don't know what it's called, but you're basically like pushing a lot of weights with your legs. That machine.
Mm-hmm.
The classics.
Yeah.
Working on them games. Okay.
That's what he called. Yes. The Jason Gans. He's got to get gains.
Mhm. Okay. Who's next to wake up or be up?
I think it's Son.
Okay. Was there a drink for Sorn, by the way?
Yeah, I made
Okay.
2 black coffees.
Oh, black coffee. That explains. Because one's for Dutch. Okay, yeah.
She finds the drink, and she goes up to a fire, and she thanks her.
Afia is like gone at that point. She'd be
Where
in the
would she
hangar.
be? She'd be in the hangar.
Either
She's
she's
gonna
in the
go-
hangar or she's coming back for the hangar.
She's gonna thank her. We'll scratch that. She's gonna thank her when she sees her.
Mhm.
She's going to see Preach if
Okay.
he's up.
Yeah, I think Dutch is also there getting the coffee as well, and he's just like smiling. He's like, oh, huh.
The thoughtful of her.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything whilst I was resting? Nothing
Um,
too crazy.
I think Victoria's also going to be there. She's like sitting down, sipping her tea. She's like, well, a fight has been installed with a emotional chip or something. I don't know the technical jargon.
Interesting. I think someone's going to think about that.
Okay. Okay. Next, I'm gonna say, when would Ghost be like coming too still?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ghost would come too.
Okay.
It's probably been so up until now, Ghost only has been up for a couple hours at a time.
Mhm.
And it seems like Ghost is active because Heidi's not.
Okay. Second question for Galahad: would you knock or would you just go right in?
Knock.
Okay, you hear a knocking on the med bay door.
I'd get up and I'd go open the door, I guess.
Okay. Galahad, are you wearing your new fit?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to describe that fit to
Okay, so the general look, you're seeing this, but it's mostly black and gray, and
for context for audio listeners and all listeners, because we don't have the picture of this. It's like jeans, a t-shirt, but with a long shirt underneath and a backwards cap, and like sneakers.
and on the shirt has like what was the thing we said, Lav, for the text
I'm
again?
trying to remember.
But it's a reference to of Dragon Force through fire and flames, but instead it's through water and waves.
Yeah, I think the band we came up with was, oh shit, it was something kind of positive.
Yeah, yeah. It's like don't give up something.
Mhm.
Like the, and then his cap says "Get smoked," like the one from Persona 5. Yeah, so that's what you're seeing.
Very skater bro-esque.
Yeah.
What appears to be Heidi is standing there in front of you, probably slightly off to the side of the doors to let because they don't know what's going on. The look on her face is very blank, almost emotionless, and you'd also notice it almost seems like her eyes are glowing a little bit, like the green in her eyes is glowing just a little bit.
He there is one arm behind his back, so he uses his left hand to wave and says, "Hello, how are you?"
Uh, Diagnostics says that physically we are well.
Who's that?
Uh, what is this
I'm just
question
pulling your
mean?
leg. And then he moves his hand out, and it's flowers, and it says
Aw.
"Get well soon."
Oh.
Uh, Pardon, memory. Heidi's memory says this should be stored in a container. And
Yes,
we appreciate the gesture.
he uses his left hand to do finger guns, and he says, "Wicked. Where do I put this?"
Ghost is gonna look around to see if there's like a container or like a vase or something around.
There is a vase from when a file is in here.
Is there still flowers in it?
They're artificial, so yeah. Yeah.
Is there another one?
Actually, no. Actually, I have a question for Afai. Did you bring that to your room?
I did.
Never mind. So that vase isn't there. There's like a 3D printer. You can easily print a 3D face.
Okay. Ghost is going to is just gonna go print off a vase, and they say it looks like you had some sort of outing.
Yes, I went to buy new clothes. I wanted to try a new style. I saw this at the cool kids area. I thought it looked cool.
Do you enjoy those clothes?
He looks at his clothes and he goes, "Yes, I believe so."
They just kind of they're gonna awkwardly walk up to you, grab onto you, spin you around to look at the whole outfit. The kind of thing that doesn't make sense for a person to do, but is the kind of thing either like an android or a machine would do. This does seem to fit you well.
Yes, I analyzed the size. I made sure it fit perfectly.
Ghost is then gonna, once the 3D printing ends, is going to put the flowers in the vase. Not quite understanding that you need to put water in there too. And unless corrected, wouldn't know to do that.
Galahad has no idea either.
Well,
Is anyone else recovering from any missions?
No, not that I know of. All I know is just you.
Well, I'm okay. Just being active for long periods of time is tiring. Heidi is resting. I don't quite know why.
I hope she recovers soon.
As far as I can tell, diagnostics do not show anything wrong.
That's great. I'm very glad to hear that.
She has not answered me, though, when I've tried to inquire. Why?
That is concerning.
I would give it time. She'll come back. She'll be okay.
That's good to hear.
Is Soren awake?
Is Soren awake? I believe so. Would you like me to get her?
I would like to understand the tactical moves from the last mission as to why she decided to take the brunt of the explosion.
Ah,
None of my calculations can understand why that decision was made.
I may have an idea. I believe she wanted to protect both of you.
The look of there's a distinct look of hearing what you're saying, but not quite understanding, like as if there's a degree of still does not factor into the logical brain that's going on right now.
Is Galahad going to get Soren, or?
Sorry, I'm preparing my throat because
Yeah, okay, fair.
he's like, Soren, I believe, does this for everyone, putting her job, which is to protect the crew, because she's always like, and then you see like his face shakes and his voice is changing, and he goes, "Yeah, I gotta protect my crew. I'm so sad." And I need to get my art. Like I'm so angry all the time. Wah. And then he starts shaking again. It's like I need to work on that. That was my impression of Soren.
Damn.
Is this a new skill of yours?
In basic terms, yes, but I like the term curse. I looked that up because I can't seem to help myself. Every time I think of my friends or crew members, I have this desire to talk like them.
You notice she's looking up almost like a little bit almost like she's thinking a little bit. She says, "Curse, a solemn utterance intended to invoke a supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment on someone or something. Skill, the ability to do something well. I believe what you just did falls better into the second category."
Wow, you are right.
Is there a reason why you think it is a curse?
I can't control it. When I try to stop myself, I can't. But I really want to. I don't understand this. Before, there would be a protocol to stop me from such things. But ever since that crash I had, I don't have them anymore. If I wish to inflict harm upon anyone, I could.
That to me does not sound like a curse. That to me sounds like personality.
Should I be concerned?
No more concerned as anyone else on the crew.
So I can continue doing that.
Certain
And then
actions-
his voice shakes a bit, and then it's like where I talk like this and I act like Sorn. God, I'm so sad. Look at my wibbly arms. And then he's like shaking his left hand.
Shit.
That was in poor
Also-
taste. Sorry, Sorn.
all of a sudden you see Heidi just hit. I still need to learn how to laugh. That
Did
kind of
you-
thing would be amusing.
You see like his eyes they light up, and then he's like, absolutely, I find it very amusing, although I feel Sorn would not appreciate it. She'd probably throw me out the airlock. But now that I think about it, that would be redundant, as I won't die, although it'll be very boring just floating there.
The memories that Heidi has of Zorn is not fast. So you would know better than we would. But you mentioned you could hurt people if you wanted.
Yes.
Know that there are actions for all consequences, but it is a belief of humans for free will. Maybe protocols being removed is you gaining free will?
You bring up a good point. I didn't think of that. I'm still used to following these rules. I forgot they are no longer required.
I do
Thank you
think
for sharing your knowledge.
I do think certain humans still enjoy rules per se, just different than maybe you process them as. I, they are not protocols in the way that you know protocols as. It's more social rules. That's how Heidi remembers them.
I see. I must learn these social rules.
I do think they appreciate humor, though.
Yes, I am trying to find better ways to express humor. One of my goals. And then you see him like look around, like outside the room, and then he leans in. I am trying to think of a mischievous plan to make Sorn laugh. But that is a mountain I do not know if I can climb.
Mischievous plan, as in prank?
Yes. I am well aware that could be a bad idea, but there is this swirl in my chest that cannot be quenched. I simply wish to pull a prank on Sorn.
Do you have ideas?
No. Well, I had a few, but after thinking about them, I fear it may result in her shooting me square in the face.
I can research pranks for you if you want.
You would aid me in this.
Why not?
You see, like, he looks up and his eye sockets go black like they closed. And then after a brief moment, he looks down and looks at you. Thank you. I would appreciate your aid.
Of course. The the knowledge I have gained shows that camaraderie can help with battle and other things. And pranks are often used as a way to get closer to each other.
Yes. I wish to make Sorn laugh and understand her. And with your help, I feel I may achieve this.
I am. She kind of like looks down a little bit. And she says, "Tired, I think is word. I think my body needs sustenance."
Then you must get some rest.
Oh no, we just woke up. I think Heidi usually gets some warm drink, I believe coffee in the morning. I'm still learning routines. I have been searching her memories a lot this last week. It's very new to me controlling the body outside of the frame.
You will get the hang of this. I believe in you, Ghost.
Would you like to join me getting food and finding Sorn?
Yes, I will join you.
Okay, so you two head to the mess hall, the break room, the cafeteria. It has many names.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sorn still there?
I think Sorn's at her at the hangar inspecting
okay.
friendship without committing.
Okay. So let's jump over to the hangar. And I believe would Afaya also be in the hangar?
I would say probably, yeah.
Okay. So Soren's inspecting friendship, and what is Afaya doing?
Let's see here. I think she would be. I want to say. I actually, you know what? I think it should be like checking on the drones.
Check in the drones? Okay.
I think that'd be cute.
Yeah. So I think Afaya got there first, narratively. So as Soren comes in, you see like about 7 of the spider drones surrounding Afaya. And what's Afaya saying to them?
I imagine she'd be like checking on their attachments and limbs.
Okay. So you're doing
So
more
she
maintenance stuff.
probably how big are they?
They are like the size of like those big suitcases with the wheels?
Yeah.
They're like that if you put them down.
Okay. They could probably fit in her lap with work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just imagine one in her lap and she's just like tinkering away at one of the arms. It's kind of like bent a little bit. Would you hold still so I can readjust your right servo?
Yes. Thank you. My server's been really out of joint, out of place, out of whack.
You need to be safe and secure around your workspace. Please be more careful.
Okay, but I just get so excited when I see stuff to repair. And it tries to flail and it immediately remembers I got sold still.
I think she would just like grab it and just like move it back to place. Does she? Hold on. Why am I asking? I gotta do this.
17?
Yeah, she probably spots Soren coming in.
Yeah, Soren's coming in.
Good morning, Squadron Leader Soren.
Good morning, Afaya. How are you feeling?
I am feeling. She blinks a few times. I am not entirely sure, however, I do feel better? Light. I don't know. I'm trying to navigate these feelings still. Describing them is very difficult, I have found.
It will come with time. She shoots her a nod. Thanks for the drink. And also fixing up friendly over here.
I hope you have found the coffee assorted to your taste.
It's wonderful.
Afaya hears that, and I want to say she perks up a little bit. That pleases me. As for friendship here, I am just doing my duty.
Would you like to hear from Friendship herself?
I would like to.
All right then. Come along. And she like gets the keys.
Oh, damn. Okay.
She's got keys. You know how like you press like a button and you like for a car and you hear the beep beep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's got that. But she helps Afia into friendship.
Friendship's a 2-seater, by the way. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember that part.
yeah.
I wonder what like the inside looks like.
It's your frame. Nice.
The interior is very, I would say it's like being in a helicopter with extra steps. It's not that glamorous. It's got
Very
a lot of like,
utilitarian.
yeah, it's not I would say it's not like being in a car. It's got a lot of like screens and like cables. It's kind of messy in here. It's kind of fucked up in here. Like
The pilot.
yeah.
Especially because it has the interface installed and
You can see there's like blood like on the
dried
on the
blood.
interface. Like dried blood on the interface. Like this is not a like the ship is very like elegant, but like the inside of it is kind of cooked. And Sorn just says aloud, "Friendly, we have guests." And then you just hear like a blinking, like a blink, like a clicking noise. And then you hear, "Welcome aboard the Friendship Without Committing. My name is Friendly. I am the onboard co-pilot." Yes. You're still doing that spiel. Of course. Friendly, this is Afia.
It is a pleasure to speak with you, Friendly.
Yes, Friendly. Afia was the one that repaired you. Friendly's gonna run a scan on Afia to identify the passenger type. How would I do that?
That's a good question. I think Friendly can just do that and realize what exactly is the scan trying to determine.
It's going to determine whether Afia is a human or a robot or a threat.
Okay. Well, I don't think it'd ping threat. It would pick up as an android. There's an android like protocol scan. But I think Friendly would also realize, oh, this is like a squad mate. Because you know,
Yeah.
it's in the protocols, right? So yeah, definitely read her as android squad mate.
Passenger type detected. Sorn. Yes. Friendly. You did not repair me. If you did, I would still have problems. Ugh. Yes, it was Afia. Thank you, Afia.
You
Afia.
are most welcome. Yes.
I am not conscious nor sentient. I may seem like it, but I am not. Just to remind you, I am based on personality presets from my pilots and also machine learning. I hope you have a wonderful day.
I hope you do too, friendly. Do not worry. I know I have worked with other AI before.
She never used to have a personality problem until I started flying her. This isn't actually my frame. No. You are far less skilled than Sign. Ugh. But
Afia
yes.
blinks once. You are not the original owner.
No, I'm not. I used to just pilot a metal mark. Flying the Amber Phantom is quite the challenge. I actually joined the crew to return this frame to her original pilot, Sign. She was a part of my squad.
Whatever happened to her?
She disappeared. I don't know where she is. I've been searching for her for 15 years.
That is 3 times my construction length. That is quite a while.
Yes.
Have you found any leads so far? Or is the trail as cold?
No data detected on Sign. Nothing.
Do you have any hunches? Surely you must have found something. If you have been looking for 15 years.
I think Sorn thinks about this. When she disappeared from the Empire, friendly and friendship was left behind. Friendly's black box was tampered with. That's all that I have, really. Call
Could-
sign. The Prometheus.
Could it be possible that she tampered with it herself and possibly did not want to be found? Therefore, would explain why you are still searching to this very day.
Perhaps. You know, I used to think that she was kidnapped, but. Well. Being a phantom pilot takes a lot out of you. You see here. She points at the interface with the blood on it.
That is a biohazard. You should probably clean that.
Yes. I was telling Soren that, but she ignores me.
That seems about right.
Correct. I'm glad you agree on this. Soren, skill issue detected. Perhaps try flying a more basic aircraft, like a plane. Okay, I'll clean it. Anyway, when you fly a phantom, your consciousness gets mixed up with the precognition mapping. So, to put it in a more simple term, yes, you are flying the phantom, but the phantom also flies you in the sense. Does that make sense? I've been flying this thing for 15 years.
I think I understand what you're trying to say, metaphorically.
Friendship without committing requires a human vessel. I wonder if Sign was about to die. And that's why she left. But anyway, that's in the past. Thank you for...
If I may ask, how many were in your squad?
As a player, I think it's 5.
Total 5, including yourself, yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Have you contacted them? Do they have any leads? Do they even know that she is missing?
She kind of has like a dark... Like her eye darkens. I was appointed the role of captain after she disappeared. But I did not accept that role. I left shortly after she disappeared. The Empire did not look hard enough for her. I was raised with the belief that nobody gets left behind. I have not seen them in 15 years.
I feel once you say that, Affiant's expression kinda darkens. But... I see. Do you believe that you can still find her, still, to this day?
Perhaps not alive. If I can retrieve her body, at least. Perhaps that would be enough.
Well, I believe I have to repay you for rescuing me from that wreckage. With my tenure now extended to full-time, I would like to assist you in this endeavor, if it comes down to it.
She smiles. She smiles at Afaya. It's just a gentle smile.
Faya, can you make me a flat D20 roll? $20. $20. Okay, okay. How do I interpret that? I think out of the briefest it's just out in the corner of your eye. You think you see something, but if you try to look at it, there's nothing there. But you do get a feeling of a really complicated emotion, and you can't tell where the source is coming from, what's causing it, but it's a happiness mixed with a sadness. It's this very bittersweet feeling. It kind of hurts, but also makes you smile a little bit. That kind of feeling.
Wow.
It's a very complex emotion, and for someone that's still experiencing emotions, this might be hard to read. I don't know. That'll be up to you, but
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well, I have enjoyed you showing me and introducing me to Friendly. I feel honored to work with you, Soren.
It is an honor to work with all of you. She bows her head. As second in command, it is my role to play. But I do hope that you find a home here.
I assure you that at this rate, I am beginning to feel more at home every day. It feels warm.
Not in here. Soren rarely cleans me. All right, all right.
Friendly. I would like to make an offer, if it is fine by Soren. If you want, I could help or assist in maintaining maintenance of your cockpit. I work on the mix anyway, after all.
It's fine, Afaya. I'm just lazy. She as she says that, there's like a flash of her just like throwing up inside of the cockpit. Like just memories of like tearing out the cables from her eyes and just like throwing up or having a nosebleed or like lying on the floor. It's greatly appreciated though, Afaya. Shoots her a nod.
If you need my assistance, do afford me a head and tithe, preferably.
Oh, she will need your assistance. She has clear skill issue. Thank you. Friendly. Of course. Anytime.
Soren, could you assist me with getting out of here?
Of course. She assists Sophia out of the under Friendly.
I feel like that's a good spot to end that
Yeah,
scene,
yeah,
unless
No, I like that. That was good.
Like Friendly. How are we feeling about Friendly?
We love Friendly.
Friendly's
I love her.
savage.
Extremely
I
good.
love her.
Mhm.
Not loving her is a skill issue.
Yeah.
Oh, Friendly.
It's given me some ideas on how to play Sign in flashbacks. Though I feel like Friendly might be a little bit more like a caricature of her.
Friendly is a mix of Sign and Sorn's precognition data.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. I see it now. I see it.
So it's got like Sorn's like snarkiness,
Mm-hmm.
but like Sign's formality.
Yeah.
So that's Friendly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I was like, it's not quite how I envisioned Sign, but now knowing that it's the combination, it's like, okay, that makes sense now.
Plus, it's like because I think that Friendly started off very like generic,
Mm-hmm.
but the mix of like two pilots' data and a personality like preset has made her kind of savage.
Yeah.
It's great.
So,
Okay. Jason,
Yeah.
while you're getting your pump on, there's someone else in the gym.
Oh.
I think you hear this before I think you see this, because I imagine you're at well, what machine are you doing? What's maybe not machine, maybe you're doing like squat. Where are you working on right now? What are you doing?
It's leg day, so it's squats, and then it's the I forget the name of the machine, but you're basically focusing on quads. So it's you put the dumbbell bars on the sliding rack that you push with your legs.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah,
You're doing
so
that one.
And he's doing like Bulgarian split squats and
Okay.
reverse lunges and all this shit.
Yeah.
And that's his game plan for today.
Okay. While you're doing that, you hear the sound of a punching bag being punched. But it's rhythm. It's not like you expect when you hear like a punching bag. You hear like a 1 2 1 2. It's more just 1 1 1 1.
I think Jason walks in to see who it is, and like is going to do the thing where he's at the end of his shake, so it's like his protein shake, and he's got a straw, so it's just like making the like weird little popping noises and stuff.
So yeah, as you're going over,
it's like obvious that
yeah,
and he's just like, oh, like to be audible so that he's noticed.
Yeah, you see is Dutch doing it, and he's just going at it.
Called it.
Yeah, of course. Who else would it be? But he doesn't turn. He just kind of acknowledges. He's like, Jason, what's it today?
Morning, boss. Leg day.
Leg day. Fair. That's my tomorrow. And he gives like a mean uppercut on the thing, and then he stops its momentum. He like takes his hand out and like as it's coming back down, stops it, and turns around, and he takes a towel from a bench, and he like wipes his brow. He's like,
Which arm has he lost?
picture. Because I
Isn't it the
don't.
left?
I think it's his left. Yeah, it's
He
his
lost his
left
left?
arm. It's his left arm.
Okay. It's a hell of a right hook, boss.
Ah, thanks.
But I didn't realize you were. Do you do boxing for fun, or is this just to keep fit?
Mostly fit these days. Back before I joined the army, I was a professional boxer.
No shit.
Yeah, well, I have a few titles under my belt.
Would I have known that? Can I roll to see if I would have known that?
Sure.
Because like Jason's a bro.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
probably knows it. Like if he followed boxing, he'd know boxing history.
Yeah,
Which was, I mean, I know military history and
Yeah.
about Dutch, right? So
yeah.
what? I don't have anything applicable.
I'd say because
Unless
narratively
unless
you
Fist of
have
Faces is.
anything, I'd say roll with accuracy. So
Okay.
D20 plus a D6. Okay, holy yeah, 25. Okay, so I have to do the timeline. So 10 years ago was Juniper War. Say the Juniper War was a long war. I think it lasted for 5 years. So 15, he was, so 20 years ago, he would have been boxing. Because he had spent
Jason
5
was
years.
4. So
Jason was 4. But if you looked, it's like how, like, you know, we obviously know about, like, I'm not saying he is, like, he's not, we know, like, I'm trying to think, like, who is that?
like Joe
equivalent?
Louis, right? Joe Louis is pretty famous as a boxer, but
Yeah.
like none of us would have seen him fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's not on the level of Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson, I think, is that same age kind of thing, right?
Yeah, sure, I guess for like when we were kids.
Yeah. Where, like, you would have heard about, like, him, like, I don't think he's that level, but, like, it's the same comparison of, like, when we were that little, I think he was, I actually don't know the timeline. I feel like he was stopping boxing in the 90s, but maybe it was the 80s. I don't remember. Anywho, he was basically done when you were a baby, but if you cared about looking up, like, the old holovids of boxing matches, you probably saw a match of his. Or two.
Yeah, I think that would have happened.
Mhm.
I think like there's enough drinking that happened.
Check out this
in
match!
pilot school. Yeah,
Yeah.
that like we watch classic stuff.
Yeah.
So sure.
And Dutch, like, kind of punched above his weight class. Like, he was in a league that didn't technically have an official weight class to it. It was like a kind of free-for-all. And he took down, heavyweights. And back then, he would be a welterweight, probably. Welterweight, is that the term?
I think that sounds right.
Welterweight.
I forget what weight class that actually is.
Yeah. Welterweight is it is called welterweight. Welterweight's between lightweight and medium weight.
Okay.
So yeah, he was taking down, heavyweights as not even medium weight.
Then I think Jason would have said something more like, I'm surprised you're not just splitting that fucking thing right open. That's good to see that you're still in the game, though.
Thanks. And listen, when you punch, you don't want to. It's about thinking of almost like a marathon. You don't want to go all in, right? You gotta last those rounds. Especially how I was. Couldn't get the big knockouts on the heavyweight, so you have to go, a bit more strategic, kind of take them apart.
Like, I guess, like, what do you mean? Like, Jason puts his bag down,
Mhm.
and he approaches the heavy bag, and it's just like, what do you mean? Like, he stances up. It's like this, and he kind of, I'm gonna do fist to faces on the bag.
Okay. Okay, that's a good punch. I have a question. Has Jason ever done any boxing at all?
No, he would have been taught MMA as part
Okay,
of
okay.
pilot school stuff because
So
like
a lot of grapples.
I think Soren would agree that like pilot school is both you need to be fit so that you're good to pilot your vehicle, but also you are expected that at some missions you're going to leave your ship.
Yeah.
You're going to leave the
Yeah.
mech. You can't just be the guy in the chair. You're going to have to do some like in-person ops, kind of like I think of it like Titanfall.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
There's a little less agile stuff for pilots, but like still you're still running around doing
There's
stuff as
ground
your
missions.
yeah. Especially if you have an NHP that's running stuff
Mhm.
and it just does stuff for you in the background. So you're still expected to do maybe like light arms missions.
Mhm.
And so he would have done MMA, but
Okay.
not boxing. So
Yeah.
like he's punching too hard. He's like
I think because I
he's
think
doing-
you're. Mhm.
yeah,
It's
he's
a-
doing stuff that will hurt his hands.
It's a good punch. I think because a lot of people, especially like dude bros, when they first get into like boxing, they punch as hard as they can on their first hit. Fine punch, you're gonna wear yourself out because you gotta throw a lot of punches. And so Dutch is kind of like, yeah, that's a good punch, but like one thing, actually dial back on the power. Again, you want to go for, like a lot of people can't do the one hit KO, right? You have to kind of take them down strategic, right? Think of them like wearing down, another Lancer, right? You gotta tactically take apart that frame.
Huh. I mean, I guess no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, like I would be so I've mostly done MMA and like the next move after this would be you just get the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
Right. You win the ground. You get him to the ground as fast as possible, and you win the ground game.
Mhm.
Like you get him in a triangle hold or something. But like, no, I guess, I haven't thought about it like that. Would well, I guess it's a direct benefit to you. But would you be willing to train with me sometime?
Yeah. Sure. Gladly.
I would consider that an honor, actually. Learn from a guy like you.
That's. I think he kind of is taken aback and he kind of just smiles because it's been like, 20 years. It's been a hot minute since he's thought about those days, really, right? As being like his past of being a boxer. Like, I think, like, obviously, he's gonna think more about his life as a preacher, his life as a soldier, and so just seeing something where it was kind of a carefree mark in his life. He wasn't worried. He wasn't weighed down by guilt. It kind of brings out like a really genuine smile out of him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll gladly." It's back in my boxing days, that's actually where I got the name preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of shakes his head. I used to lecture some of the guys at my gym.
See,
Dude.
here I was thinking that it's because you would have read your opponents their last rites. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's pretty clever. No, a lot of them were spend a lot of their earnings drinking, gambling. And I did like the gambling part, but I was less of the gambling they were doing. They were more of the slots. A good hand of poker, something with skill involved, right? That's fine. But just putting into a slot machine, that's nothing. That's a waste of money, in my opinion. But, I thought they had too many vices back then, but I realized they were relieving stress in their own way, and maybe I shouldn't have been too hard on them.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's between you and them, right?
Yeah, well,
But
most of us did end up joining the army, and sadly, Chicks said they didn't make it out, so maybe they knew that. They knew the war was coming. They wanted to get their fun in while they could, because they didn't know what was going to happen. I think I was more naive back then and thought we were all going to make it out, right? I didn't see what was coming. Maybe they did. But maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe they were just being young and dumb and wasting their money on booze and partying. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, boss. I mean, like a lot of the squad that I train with, those guys and gals, they did basically the same thing.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I feel like it wasn't really until I got kicked out that I even thought anything like that, like anything bad was really going to happen to any of us. And like, I don't think any of those guys really think anything bad can happen to them. I mean, like it's
Yeah.
all,
You think you're invincible?
well, they're rich kids.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
They are invincible. They kind of are invincible to a degree.
the crew I grew up with, we kind of had nothing, and we had to fight for what we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, looking back to just 2 years ago, like it's strange to see just how different of a guy I was than to right now. Like, I ever tell you, boss, that I have a brother?
I don't think you have. And Jester's
Yeah.
free to sit down with him on the bench, and he's like grabbing
I
his
think-
own shake that he's going to
I think
sip
Jason
on.
does, and he obnoxiously kind of does the little straw slurp, try to get the last little bit out. And he's like, "Yeah, So his name is Miles,
Hmm.
and he's a real fucking prick."
Yeah.
I think I bring that up though because he and I both grew up the same way. Lots of expectations from my dad, and just trying to live up to the Lancaster name. But like, that man has never known hardship a day in his life. I'm glad you found me when you did, because I think if you had met Jason 2 years ago, I was a real fucking prick too.
I mean, how you grew up shapes you, right? If you're born with a silver spoon in hand, it's hard to have perspective on certain things in life.
Yeah, I just took so much for granted, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize how conditional it was going to be. But I don't know. Just thanks for finding me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for finding us too. We needed a pilot, and you've stuck with us for quite a while. He like takes his protein shake and he kind of cheers yours. He's like, here's some more successful missions in the future.
Hell yeah, you got it, boss. I'm gonna keep fighting for you.
Wouldn't have any other way.
You let me know when you get hit the bag next, and I'll.
Oh yeah.
Do I need to like go get like hand wraps or something,
We'll
or
get
like
you
is
some
that
hand
something we
wraps.
should be
Well,
looking
yeah,
out
yeah.
for?
We'll get you some hand wraps. Truthfully, I get Victoria to do mine because, well, he kind of waves with one hand. It's difficult to. So, well, let's go. Let's. You know what? You're doing anything right now? You want to learn some few things?
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, fuck leg day. I can do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll join you. Tomorrow's my leg day anyway, so.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Let's switch it up.
Okay, yeah, and you
And
spend.
I think that's
Mhm.
I think we do that. We hit the bag for a while and just he's like, "No, hit it like this. Like you're just still going too hard. Like
Mhm.
stop it."
Yeah, dial back the power. Think more like a marathon, right? You gotta throw out a lot of punches. So.
It is not surprising the rich kid doesn't understand what moderation is.
Yeah.
The formerly rich kid has no idea what moderation is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So everyone has done their little morning socials. Now I think it's time for some free time, the ship is currently just traveling. You're still traveling to your destination. So we're going to do downtime. You can either do a project or, I mean, you can do literally anything you want for a downtime. Yeah, does anyone have any ideas about what they want to do? I know some people have some things that they, for example, Afaya has her rehab, her physiotherapy.
Yeah, I want to do my rehab. I
Yeah,
need to get
yeah.
back in shape.
Yeah, we need to, yeah.
I know Ghost wants to find Soren
Okay.
and have a conversation with her. I know that they had asked Galahad to help find her.
Right, okay, yeah, we can do this before downtime, because that might be a fun scene. Yeah, I think after the hangar showing off friendly to Afaya, where would Soren go?
I think Sorn's doing some paperwork.
So okay, you're in like
She's
Do-
doing the.
Mhm.
I think she's in. Does she? I don't think she has her own
No,
office.
she
I think
doesn't.
she's in Preacher's office
Okay, so
doing the
yeah.
numbers.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, it's a small enough ship. You can eventually find Soren in the office.
I imagine after looking around for a bit, like the two Heidi or Ghost and Galahad split off trying to find her, and eventually one of them finds that it's like, oh, we found her. She's in here.
Yeah.
Um, you'd hear a knock on the door.
I think she gets up and opens the door. And she's
Go ahead.
she sees Heidi, but does she notice Heidi's eyes have changed? Can I make a roll for
You
that?
can, yeah, if you have spot.
I don't have spot.
Okay.
So I'll make a roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, flat roll
is-
unless you have anything you think is narratively appropriate to give you accuracy.
I don't have anything
Okay. Flat roll?
accurate. Is it a D6
A
or
D20. D20.
a D20?
I think you're just, I mean, you've been, I think you're just a little mentally taxed from doing all the number crunching, so you don't notice the glow.
Oh, come in, Heidi.
You hear as they walk in, you hear Heidi is still resting. I am Ghost. Pleased to meet you face to face finally, I think is how the phrase works.
Sure. Is this your first time, Ghost? Outside of the frame?
There have been a couple short times over this last week that I have been out. Heidi has been resting for this past week, and I would come to because the body would get hungry or need water or things like that.
Has this happened before?
In what way?
Heidi being away for long periods of time.
I think the stress of combat with me taking over wore her down a bit, and I think she is recovering from that. My diagnostics have not uncovered anything, and she has not responded to me reaching out to her.
Son is thinking. What as a player,
Yeah.
what frame does Ghost fly?
That would be a Lycan. It is it has like two modes. It's either more kind of armored up, or it can go in an armor off, close quarters claw attack mode. It's like either, think of it either knight or werewolf is a good way to think of it.
And does it have any like? Is it similar to the Amber Phantom where you have like side effects? Where you're-
I don't think the fluff of it. I don't think so. It is a Horus frame, so they're weird in particular. But I don't think. Let me actually look up the Lycan stuff. I don't think the Lycan.
From what I understand as a player, not much is known about Horus tech
Yeah.
at all.
Horus is a little. There could be side effects, but record it wise, it's up to the player, I'd say.
I will
Mm.
say, since you probably have access to some information about the frame does not have an NHP. In fact, there is a very similar interface in Sun Intervention as there is in your frame.
So yeah, direct to human interface.
Okay. Thorn is just thinking about Ghost, but also like about Heidi's welfare.
I am curious. With the last battle that we were in, what tactically made you decide to put yourself in harm's way for us? I cannot tactically understand the purpose.
Survival.
Explain.
Well, you see, Ghost. I have a wealth of experience. The psychological load of being caught in this blast does not faze me. I am the second in command, and I did sign a contract. And when I sign a contract, I sign it with my word. It is my duty to protect the crew. And that includes you as well. It's a
I-
direct order.
Part of why I ask is because, tactically speaking, sudden intervention is designed to take damage. It is designed to be able to withstand something like that. hence why it has the ability to shed armor when allies, including itself, take damage. Let's just say the frame does not take well to the frame has an inherent desire to protect those around it.
The frame is only one part of the equation. Did you notice in that fight that I was attacking the pilot of that enemy frame? The damage I did to it was heat damage. I cooked the pilot alive and they ejected.
I
Your frame
believe-
might be equipped for that, but is the pilot equipped? Is the question.
With my programming, the pilot will survive.
She nods. Good.
Despite being programmed to be able to function with sudden intervention to maximize its usefulness in combat, I do take a lot of concern for the host, concern for the body, because if the body ceases to exist, I also will cease to exist.
How did you and Heidi come to be? What happened?
My first memory, as Heidi would put it, is I have, after like thinking, almost like trying to put words to it, I have, as you would call it, memories or logs. It's very difficult to explain. I have logs of diagnostics from before being in the host. But then I have a lot of diagnostics after being in the host, and a lot of downtime looking at timestamps. I believe I was still coming online. There's a lot that I've had to optimize with my systems because the host does not have the same power capabilities as I was originally designed for?
Were you originally designed for a frame or a android or a robot?
I do not know. I know that I have all the programming needed to pilot a frame, but I do not know why I was created. I do not know what the intention was for me.
From what I know, you seem quite protective of Heidi.
Our first interaction, she didn't know what I was, and she shut me out for a while, and it wasn't until she let me in and began to listen and trust me that we were able to leave the facility I woke up in.
Facility. Do you believe that you were a product that was manufactured? Ghost. Similar to a fire.
As in mass produced or purpose created?
Both.
Unknown. I do not have records or logs of what that could be, but the few memories I can access from the facility, it was not created with the sole purpose of me.
Someone kind of taps a non-mechanical hand on the table. She's trying to recall her knowledge about Horus. Just because there's a lot, even the Empire doesn't know a lot. Like, even the Empire doesn't have, even though they can acquire Horus frames back in the past, doesn't mean that they have knowledge of what Horus actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So she's thinking about just her past and current knowledge about it. But she does ask Ghost, I might be speculating. I probably am. A lot is not known about you, but you do fly a Horus frame. Perhaps you were designed by or for Horus.
I have not been able to find or access any information regarding my creators as per se. I'm also unable to recall where the facility was or any details on that. I interfacing with the frame the first time impacted a lot of my systems, and memories are very difficult from the time that I first interfaced with sudden intervention.
Mm.
You actually notice that she's rubbing when she says that she puts her hand at the back of her neck, underneath her hair, and it almost
Mm.
seems like she's like rubbing something there.
I think Thorn notices. Is that the interface port?
Correct. As she actually like lifts up her hair and turns her head a little bit so she can see. Think of do you know like the Matrix?
Mm.
Very similar to that kind of a thing. So it's like right at the base of her skull. It looks like it interfaces almost directly with her spinal column.
Okay, I'm gonna roll investigate to see if this is like a familiar port or like a very foreign interface port.
Yeah. 9. I think by the very nature of the two companies of frames that these are designed to interface on, I think that is different. So you're not really knowledgeable about what kind of tech that is, right?
Yeah.
SSC and Horus, their tech's very different, right? So interfacing between the two frames, night and day, right?
Mm. I can't verify this type of port, but Ghost, are you concerned about your past?
In what way?
In regard to Heidi's safety?
I do not know enough about the past from where I came from to wonder if it will be a issue or not. I would need to attempt to look for information, but it seems like I am either missing a lot of memories or was not aware enough to record my past enough to be aware of it.
That makes a lot of sense.
We were not chased, I remember, or anything after we left the facility. And Heidi has memories of having a small amount of money to be able to survive for a day or two until we were able to find sustainability for the host.
Zorn is taking this all in. She's thinking. The reason why I do what I do, the reason why I protected you, is simple. It doesn't matter if my frame is not optimized to take the damage. It's because I care. And I care a lot. It might not seem like it, but I do. Does that answer your original question?
Care is new to me. I do not understand the meaning.
Smiles. It's it's just a small smile. Perhaps you will with time. I can't dictate what the meaning of care is to an NHP. That is something that you will have to learn.
I have heard people call me an NHP since I have awoken. And in the research I've been able to do, it seems technically that is correct, but there do seem to be some differences.
You know, you do seem a lot like Galahad.
I do not have a directive other than interface with the frame for the host.
And
So-
yet you ask questions.
I am trying to learn. He is technically here.
You see, if your sole directive was to only fly the frame, you wouldn't be trying to learn anything else, you see. Things like care or what a soul is.
I'm just gonna poke my head in. To the audience, Galahad Cypher has typed. Galahad pokes his head in, and it's a picture of like a duck looking stunned. So Galahad's just poking his head in the door and just being like, "Oh."
Galahad, I saw you. You may come in.
Okay. And he walks in, slowly sliding to like a chair.
Galahad, you might have a lot in common with Ghost.
He looks at himself and goes, "You can see through me?"
That's out of character laughing.
I see.
Yes, that is what. Is that what you're saying? You can see through?
No.
Galahad, are you taking my name literally?
Please, Ghost, work with me. I am really trying.
My name Ghost was given to me.
I was trying to make Soren laugh.
Oh,
I was pulling
apologies.
her leg.
But she's over there.
Don't worry about it. And then Galahad just waves at Soren. Hi.
Thorn just nods at him. As I was saying,
A ghost is like pointing, like still mentally trying to figure out how he's pulling her leg because he's across the room from her.
Don't worry. It is a metaphor, according to humans.
Metaphor, a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which is not literally applicable. Understood.
They tell me metaphor is not real. I don't believe them. Don't tell them that. And then he looks at Soren. Yes, Soren, you were saying something?
she kind of watched that whole exchange and she's just kind of in a daze. Are you two okay? No, really. It's okay if you're not. I just would like to know.
Okay, I'm not.
Noted. And you, Ghost?
My diagnostics this morning did not come up with any issues.
Would you like to talk to Lucy? Perhaps she could investigate, recover some memories for you, Ghost.
She could try. I do think she did try a little bit when we first arrived on the ship, but I am more acclimated to the hosts now, so I don't know if her trying again might have more success.
Perhaps it might. I'm just unfamiliar with your peculiar set of circumstances. As a thought, and that thought is, what if we never see Heidi again?
Oh.
That's like her inner monologue. I think it would be best for you to routinely see Lucy. in regard to this. Same with you, Galahad, with your memory core.
What
As
about
it
it?
as it grows,
Yes.
do you feel any of your internals breaking down or increasing in capacity?
Breaking down? No. Increasing capacity? Yes. It's also very loud.
How so?
Lots of voices.
She's just writing a bunch of notes, and she gets up and she's like, I think we should have a chat with Lucy. Shall we?
Sure.
She
Okay.
motions them to get out of the office.
Shoo-shoo.
Mhm.
Okay. I think this is a good time to move to Afaya with her physio. Yippee. Because Lucy's actually there doing brainwave scans and making sure that part's good. So, I'm just thinking what I want you to roll. Let's just start with a flat d20. And we can either build up or subtract depending on circumstance. 3. Ooh,
Ew.
that's a bad one. That's a bad one.
That's not good.
That ain't good. Yeah, I think they're just testing you. Just finding out where your limits actually are, right? And I think you can't really even get out of the wheelchair without, like, I think when you try, the nerve damage is too painful that you just have to go back and sit, and you can't even make it out to even test to see if you can stand on your own 2 feet with the support of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So how does Afaya take this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
This. It's not good, is it?
Lucy's like, it's a process, right? You gotta start somewhere. And Victoria is nodding. It's true. Just because the first attempt isn't good doesn't mean the next, you will build up on this. Recovery sometimes isn't a straight line.
I know I should trust you, Doc. It's just.
Doesn't feel good? I know.
More than that. I feel I should be recovering faster. I am android after all. I am supposed to be, well, not necessarily better, just more I don't know.
I understand what you're saying, but also you survived something that, in all likelihood, should have taken your life. A recovery from this, well, it's anybody's guess how it could go. And again, it's not a straight line. Next time you could, could be a lot better. It's just, we just gotta pace it day by day. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. You want to hear something that will make you all better, but sometimes you just gotta take it slow.
I just fear I will not be of much help in this condition. I was created to fight for the corporate federation. I was supposed to be boots on the ground, as one would say.
There
I feel
is another.
limited.
I understand. There is another option. But it's something I would prefer doing as a last resort.
And I can infer that would be I'm trying to think what to call it. Cybernetic replacement.
Yes. That's yes. But that is an option. It's just I would like to try and get the organic things healed up and working if they're able to in time.
I feel like once Sophia thinks so that she looks at her legs and puts her hand on her hip, not hip, but thigh. And similar to earlier, I feel like for some reason she has this feeling of dread.
Yeah.
But not just dread, but also determination, maybe.
Okay. I'm going to do a thing mechanically. Your clock has a positive and a negative value. If it fills up all the way positively, you're A-okay to walk again. If it fills up all the way negatively, you'll have to amputate and get synthetic legs.
Ooh.
Either way, you will be walking again. It's just, what is the extent of it emotionally on you, right? I guess technically it's 2 clocks, which one fills up first, but it's cooler to say the negative, The clock that brings doubt, the clock that brings joy. Not doubt, dread. That's the word that you used. Determination clock, dread clock. Do you want anything more with a 5 for this, or?
Actually, there is something.
Okay.
Well, seeing that I am already here, Lucy, could you perform an ocular checkup on me?
Oh, yeah, of course. You've been having some some sighting issues?
If I like blinks once or twice, trying to figure out what to say, I believe that is correct in a sense.
Okay, well let's get y'all all hooked up and let's do some diagnostics. So she takes like this like cord and does Afia have like plugins on the back of her neck?
I think she has like one, but it's like kind of like well protected.
Okay. I'll have to make her roll. Otherwise, the other option is she's gonna have to do a direct brain connection.
Mm-hmm. I want to say there's like a kind of like a panel you have to like
Okay.
open
Okay.
because it feels like a
Okay.
hazard to just have that out there.
Yeah, exactly. 23. She knows how to get that panel open and get the plug-in. So she doesn't need to do a direct brain connection, which is a more involved process. So she's running her diagnostics. She's like, I'm not seeing anything. Nothing's been logged or anything about any particular issue or sighting problem. Seems a-okay to me.
Are you for certain?
I could double check. So she runs it again. Yeah, it's coming up a-okay.
That is peculiar.
What were you seeing?
Remember at the shopping outlet we were at? Do you recall seeing a figure reaching out to me?
No. And she looks at Victoria. She's like, Victoria's like, we should keep an eye out for this. There could be some complications with the surgery from the mind spike. This doesn't seem to be hazardous at all, at least, but maybe something psychosomatic, something, I don't know. I would need to do some research.
I've been having weird dreams. I think they are dreams.
This could be possibly a mental strain. You have been under a lot. Could you describe the dream to me? Or dreams, rather?
The most recent one that has occurred to me was last night, or in other words, this morning. It happened after the movie. Hold on. I'm going to make a roll.
Okay.
Actually, wait. No, I might not. thing, I can explain why. Okay. Looking for the thingy. Haha. You know what? I think that kind of works well enough with it. Forget the roll part.
Okay. Forgotten.
Alright. I'm going to say my eyes to the void, like, helps me, like, vividly, like, remember it.
Okay, yeah.
I like, in my head, I feel like the eyes of the void, like, bond power came from, like, the mind spike surgery and, like, falling from that pitch darkness. Uh, I want to say I was walking through a corridor. However, I don't think it was me because I am not human, and the point of view was someone that is human because their leg was injured and there was blood pouring out. It was also broken, I feel. I remember feeling the pain, and I believe the thing said something along the lines of, "You survived. Just breathe. You will make it."
Hmm.
And then I woke up.
Now, in my best educated guess, if it weren't for the fact you said you thought the POV was of a human, I would say this was a stress-related dream. But now I'm thinking this might be a residual memory from your dreamer. Normally androids aren't supposed to have memories of, I mean, besides the ones that are programmed in to help them with their career, their job, their function. But this feels like something else. We'll definitely have to keep checking up on this. Lucy's like, I did see an interesting thing with her brainwave scan where for just a brief second there was a double ping. Maybe that's something to do with it? Victoria's kind of nodding. We'll have to I'll have to do more research. Maybe get into contact with more people that know more about androids than I do. I don't think this should be of any concern, but keep me posted. Keep me updated on any other dreams, and we can work through this.
I will be in contact with you if I view any more dreams as such.
Good. Good. Again, this is a little unprecedented for me, but we'll find the information to know.
I also, I think, I don't know. I feel I did. I recall seeing the figure that I saw at the shopping outlet earlier this morning.
Hmm. When did you see them?
I saw it in the hangar when Soren was showing me her new. Wait, out of character.
Yeah.
Is an HP, right?
It's not new. It's always been there.
Oh, it's not new.
It's technically
Okay.
CompCon, but it's just
So it's an HP. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
Soren was introducing me to her NHP of the Amber Phantom Friendly.
Hmm. Did you feel any emotions related to this when you saw this?
I will do my best to describe them. It felt warm and tingly, but simultaneously, it also felt sour,
Hmm.
bitter, maybe.
A bittersweet memory. I have a feeling that these visions that you're seeing could be maybe related. They could be brought out by strong emotional reactions. Especially now that you have an emotional core. She looks at Lucy if that's the right verbiage, and Lucy's like, "Yeah, good enough." That's just a theory. We still have to see. Now, why would you feel bittersweet? That is a very complicated emotion.
I do not know.
I wonder. Lucy's like, well, I wonder maybe if it was maybe the dreamer's residual memories. Maybe they were a Lancer themselves, and just something about that triggered something. That is a possibility. We'll have to keep an eye out. I have a hunch that strong emotional reactions of some sort maybe bring this on.
Are you suggesting that I pursue trying to decipher and experience strong emotions?
I mean, I think you experiencing strong emotions isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially now that you have more of a capability to feel them. That'll help you grow in a sense. But we will work through this. We'll do therapy sessions and work through these feelings and these visions and figure out what's going on and help you with it.
Understood. I thank you, Dr. Victoria.
Of course, that's what I'm here for. Yeah, Biggie's the best. Oh, hush you. Hmm. Can you roll me a d20?
Oh, okay.
18. Okay. At the line, the best, you feel something. You feel almost like a pressure of having to perform.
I want to say that her shoulders tighten.
Okay.
But after that, I want to say like she's. I don't want to say pent up, but pretty tightened up.
Mhm.
But I feel like after just a short while, she just takes a deep breath.
Okay.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Is everything okay, Afaya? Lucy looks over to you as you. I'm assuming you're kind of muttering that under your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of she's like, everything okay, Afaya?
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to return to my quarters.
Okay.
I thank you both. And I want to say her tone, it's a bit sad, I want to say.
Yeah. You rest up, okay? You take care. I can walk you back if you want.
She hears strive to be the best in her head again.
Mm-hmm.
And she replies, I have it covered.
Okay. Okay, so you head back to your room. Now, I believe, yes.
I think she would almost immediately head to the window again.
Okay, and just kind of stare out into space.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're heading back, a door that's kind of across from your dorm is open, and you smell a very smoky floral scent.
Oh. Smoky floral scent. Okay. I kind of want to, investigate.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah, the door's open. Not all the way. It's open I'd say 3/4. And you see as you look into it, the room. This is Niana's room, and she is sat cross-legged on the floor with a bunch of candles and incense going, and she is holding this diamond-shaped prism in her hands, and it almost looks like she's maybe meditating, praying. She's doing something, and it's pretty big. This prism is the size of a football.
Does she notice me?
I think she's too wrapped up in whatever she's doing. Her eyes are closed.
Yeah. I'm going to make a stealth check.
Okay.
It's I'm really curious.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you trying to accomplish with this?
I feel like she doesn't really go in. It's just a
Uh-huh.
matter of she opens the wait, the door's right wide open, right?
It's not wide open. It's like it's open a bit.
I make it a bit more open.
Okay.
And I just want to like I guess spot, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. 13.
Just kind of
hmm.
take in everything.
I think you can hear what she's saying,
Okay.
and she's it's almost like she's in her prayer, and you hear that she's like, to our ancestors, to those that walked before the golden path, to those that live in the sky now. May you hear my answers. And she kind of goes on this chant of like, it definitely seems like a prayer, but it's not like you've heard Dutch prayer before. It's more so towards like just almost to humanity, right? The past of humanity is more focused on just something ancient, something old, but not something divine, something definitely human. And it sounds like she's praying for protection, that the journey back home is safe and secure. And the last thing you do hear from her is she says, may those that dream forever sleep, and those that awaken forever wander. And that's kind of like an amen to her. It's like the closing of the prayer.
Does she open her eyes?
She does, but you have like a 20 on your stealth check, so she doesn't notice you. She just starts blowing out the candles and whatnot, and she puts the prism back in a suitcase, back in the case that you recovered from the facility, and closes it.
I am going to. I'm not going to move the door a single fucking inch.
Okay.
I'm going back to my room.
Okay, yeah.
As quietly as I can.
Yeah, easily. You rolled a 20, so you...
Yeah. With a wheelchair.
Yeah. Listen, you're in like semi, like, yeah, the ship has gravity, but like it's artificial gravity. You could have easily maybe like, you know, kind of float back across because it's maybe like a microgravity situation. You can maybe do that without making a sound, right?
Right.
I'd imagine that like the gravity on the ship is in certain parts a little lighter than others because maybe the artificial gravity producer is a little cheap, so some parts don't have the hallways, for example. They don't have the best gravity. So you can use that to your advantage and across. Sometimes having things cheap is an advantage. But yeah, so yeah, you head back to your room with how does Aphia feel about seeing this ritual, this prayer, this spell, this, you know, I don't know if you truly know what you witnessed.
I don't think she knows what she witnessed, but I feel like the closing prayer of it is like very. I don't know. That has to do something. It has to give tingles at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Okay. Well, I'll let you mull over that. I believe I see Skip has an idea for your downtime for Jason.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jason gets done training
Hmm.
and is thinking about how nice it was to wake up to a protein shake with a little bit of coffee,
Hmm.
coffee monster in it, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, that's real nice. That's real kind of them. I need to finish this collection that I was going to make. Like he had intended after. I know that Afia was a little disturbed after the movie we watched the other night, but he's gonna dig in and like make a list of movie recommendations and start having movie nights and stuff. So Jason gets done with Dutch and he's like, "Hey, thanks, boss, for the workout," and he's gonna go find Galahad.
Okay. I think at this
And,
point, yes.
Galahad and Ghost.
Yeah, they're immediately just exiting the office.
Oh, hey, it's perfect timing. I actually wanted to run into the two of you. I have a request. I need your help. So you were out for the count the other day, Ghost, but Galahad, I know you joined us for that movie we were watching.
I
Right.
will say, out of character, you don't know Heidi's ghost right now.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that. So Heidi, I know you were out for the count. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. I didn't realize that.
Right.
Okay, Heidi, I know you were out for the count, but I need both of your help. I'm trying to put together a movie list for Faya because they've been trying to, about they've been trying to figure out feelings and stuff, and I don't know how to do that except with the wonderful charm of the moving picture. That's the best thing I got. And I want to do something nice because, like, I don't know if you saw it, but like, they made a wonderful little just a nice protein shake while I was getting ready in the morning, right? So I want to give something back. So can the two of you come with me and we go over to the lounge and start picking out what we got just through, like, I'm down for any recommendations, like horror or what have you. You got time right now?
Heidi is still resting. I am.
Oh.
I am Ghost.
Oh, well.
I can try to access her memories, but from what I understand, Heidi is from long in the past. So her memories of movies, or as you said, moving pictures, might not line up with movies that you are familiar with.
I mean, I don't really care. Like, I'll take any recommend. Okay, so wait, what? How? What? How did what? Huh? Just gone, huh? So you're here now. You
She is.
hold up. I need to. How did this? What happened? I know you weren't feeling good, but like what? Or I guess not you. Heidi wasn't. Sorry, Heidi wasn't feeling good, but like, huh?
I am Ghost. I recalling memories. I guess you have not formally met Heidi face to face or myself. I am Ghost. I am, as I've been called and identified, I am an NHP. Seemingly created to help Heidi interface with sudden intervention.
I think Jason would have seen sudden intervention. I know that it's Horus tech, but not like understand what that means other than like it's spooky. There's not a lot of Horus stuff in the Empire.
It's
if
rare.
there is, it's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare, and it's been probably captured. I think Jason kind of blinks dumbly at you. It's just like, so wait a second. So what does that mean? Like Heidi is like a group of memories to you, and you're like is this a? I'm so sorry for this being insensitive. Like I don't know. I have so many questions, and I don't know what's appropriate. Can I just ask some things, and you tell me if it's not okay?
I do not understand not okay, but I will try to inform as best as I can.
No, because it's insulting to like you're a person, right? Like if you're saying you're telling me you're an NHP, you're a fucking person, right? I don't want to like belittle you just because I don't know who you are, and you're like the current consciousness in charge of this body, right? Instead of like Heidi.
I think you misunderstand. I do not understand insensitive. That is new to me.
Right, it's me hurting your fucking feelings, okay? Like I'm not trying to belittle the fact that you're not you, or like not keep up with what you want to be called, or like that you're a different person in a body that I was used to someone else being in, right? So like that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Understood. Feelings and emotions are very new to me. I was
okay,
not,
fair point.
I was not expecting to be in to not be in control right now.
I think Jason's going to blink dumbly at Ghost again and just be like, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I am intensely curious, but I think that is rude for me to fucking pry. How about this? Hi, Ghost. My name's Jason. If you have Heidi's memories, you understand who I am. I'm just going to treat you like a new person. Sound good?"
I appreciate that.
Fantastic. It's great to meet you. If you got Heidi's memories, you kind of know my fucking shtick. I fly good. I shoot a shitload of missiles. I love Starball. I lift weights. That's kind of the whole gig. Used to be in the Empire, not in the Empire anymore. My dad and my brother's a prick. Yeah, that's the fucking rundown. Do you want to go pick movies? Galahad, you want to go pick movies?
You talk really fast.
I feel embarrassed right now, Galahad. That's why I'm talking fast. I don't know how to approach this situation. I've never had someone have a new personality before. There's not a lot of NHPs are not treated good in the Empire. They're not like really respected or treated like people. And I'm doing my best after unlearning a bunch of bullshit. And this is really fucking new to me, and I'm embarrassed. So let's go pick movies.
Good guy,
That's why I
Galahad lifts his hand and pats his shoulder. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's understandable. Let's go pick those movies for you.
Imitating Galahad, Heidi or Ghost is going to pat his shoulder and whisper or say to Galahad, "Is this what you do when someone is embarrassed?"
Yes.
Jason's gonna blink dumbly again for like a beat and be like, Okay, let's go.
And then
And they get there. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to do like a Galahad does like a smug like pose, and he goes, "See, works all the time."
I think as we're walking and you say that, he's like, "Hey, that's not fucking fair. You're getting too good at this shit." Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Keep going, good job, Galahad. Keep going with what you're doing, because, yep. Yes.
Dangerous words, Jason. And then he does like you see that he does like finger guns at you.
What? Why are the words dangerous, Galahad? I gotta sleep in the same room with you at night, buddy. So like, why?
I'm pulling your leg, buddy. Don't worry.
A lot. Yes, you are.
If one of you
Agreed.
have spot, make a spot check.
What was that?
If you guys want to roll spot, go ahead and see if you can't spot something.
I don't have spot.
You can still try and roll, just it'd be a flat 20. Yeah, 15.
Heidi's looking down at your leg, trying to see how Galahad is pulling it.
Wait, then I want to see if Galahad notices. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. Yeah, 7.
Okay. He leans over to Ghost. Now for my next trick, I'm gonna pull his arm. You won't see it coming.
Whoa. Hold on here, dude. Like, what? What? No, the leg was a metaphor. What the fuck is... Okay, what does pulling an arm mean to you?
He like, you see Galahad raise his hand and he pauses, and his head slouches, and you can see his eye sockets kind of like the above it kind of shrinks, like he looks upset, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. Jason, Ghost thinks I'm literally doing this. Like I'm going to
I
pull
gathered
your
that.
leg and arm. I am just, as certain individuals call it, taking the piss. Roll with me.
Okay, Ghost, he's not literally... He cannot... You can't piss, right? That's not a you don't have biology that lets you do that, right? So, he can't... No, he's not pissing literally, all right? That's not a thing that's happening.
Ghost is just...
It's a metaphor for, like, joking.
Ghost doesn't know how to make a confused face, so just almost blank stare at the two of you, not understanding what's going on, and just... Okay.
I'm a robot, Jason. I'm capable of very silly things.
I'm just saying, I don't know how accurate your parents wanted you to be, right? Like, I've never seen you go into a bathroom, but I also haven't asked because it's fucking rude until, like, you do this, where I'd like, hey, let's go find some good action movies. Yeah. And he keeps walking.
Galahad leans over to Ghost. This is really fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm starting to understand humans.
I do not understand why he is flustered.
Don't worry, Ghost. In due time, you will understand. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't understand. I'm just gonna... I just think it's funny. Pats your shoulder. You got this, buddy.
I think you just see, as Jason's walking, there's just like a very worried, panicked look on his face. It's very think Keanu Reeves from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is just like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, thanks, pal. Yep. And his eyes just widen. He's like, oh my god. Okay, well, all right. Yep. Outer Rim, boy. Yep. Okay. And he continues for the third time to try to move towards the mess hall, towards the entertainment area, so we can pick out some future discs or whatever the hell, or look through the database together.
Yeah.
Ghost will follow.
Galahad follows.
Okay, yeah. You definitely find action movies of your taste. You know, there's the
Okay,
classics like Hard Die, and that one takes place around Easter.
Classic Easter movie, fantastic.
Yeah.
Boom, put it in the pile.
Mhm.
I need recommendations from the two of you though. Like, what if you were learning feelings for the first time and you had to pick something? What would you pick?
Well, that when you picked, the name doesn't seem quite right from Heidi's memory, but why? Like, Ghost points at one of them. Why does that say Terminator 672?
I mean, that's
You
nothing.
made
That's
too many.
Those are shit. You want to go to the Extinguisher series. That's cool, but probably not going to pick that because that's like like a non-sentient robot killing people. Didn't want to. I don't know how good that's going to. Would you wait? Hold on. Okay, you know what? I don't have a leg to stand on here. Both of you have more of a stake in the game than I do. Would you pick that? I don't want to be like, fucking prejudiced here. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, but
He's being so careful around Ghost. Ghost has no idea what's going on.
Galahad leans into Jason. To put it one way, Jason, I think Ghost is overwhelmed. Or just thinks you're crazy. I don't know. But I have one action film I can recommend.
Well,
Since
as the only wild one still here, what would you recommend?
Well, I, for one, think of an action film, but also slow, and because we're trying to teach emotions, yes. So I thought of the film Slow and Courteous.
Nice. Nice. It's about a retired go-kart instructor who has to get back in the game.
Right. No, I like that series. It's all about teamwork.
Yes, and family.
He's got huge flowing locks of hair.
So much hair. He has so much hair.
So much hair. And the villain who's bald. Man, he has a funny line in the film where he explains how he keeps his hair bald. He says, and I quote, "Wax that bitch until it shines."
Yeah, you know what? That's good.
That's what I remember.
Do you like who's the lead guy? Right, Niv Gasoline. Do you like him? He's fucking good. I like him in pretty much everything he does.
Yeah. Although I think his brother Vin Petrol is also pretty funny.
Okay, that's fair. No, he's pretty good. I like you know what we should add to this list? Yeah, the Chronicles of Dicka series. That was a good one. That was an underrated gem. I like that a lot. I think a lot of people didn't watch it, and it does like. Did you know there was a game? They made a fucking game for that. It was extremely good, and nobody played it.
That's very sad.
I know it was really good. It was for the Y box. It was really great. Like I don't criminally underrated, but like that's I think outside the scope of what we're going for. But like, yeah, we're gonna add those to the list. That's fantastic. Do we have any?
That game was really good.
It was really good. Nobody
It's
played
so
it.
good. How do I
Dutch,
just-
because I imagine like the movies are also in the bar, and Dutch just like, yeah, that game was good.
Yeah, it's all like the TV is in the bar lounge mess
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, he's just like cleaning it up. It's like, yeah, that game was good.
I
See, he fucking knows.
Ghost is like looking at some of these and points to one of them and says, based on Heidi's memory, these numbers don't make sense.
What do you mean?
I don't understand how. From what I can tell from her memories, she's not from this time. She was born a long time ago.
I think you see Jason throw a copy of Love, but for real this time on top of the stack, and he's like, okay, so you got your memories are out of date, but like I'm okay with classics. Like we're talking, what are we talking here? Like these flat screens? Like we're talking like these are flat vids, not like 3D. Because like Adam, yeah, like if you got a good one, like an oldie, like yeah, go for it. He doesn't understand.
Ghost leans over to Galahad and goes, "How long ago was 2642?"
Galahad leans back. You think I can count that back?
Good thing Dutch is here. Bad thing Dutch doesn't overhear that. He's just like, yeah, listen to some tunes on his.
Let's just say quite far.
Galahad! Just roll me a flat 20. Maybe it's in your memory banks.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. I have to figure out chronological stuff. Okay. So that was that.
I think we had figured it out at one point.
Yeah, I have the math here. I just have to reverse engineer it. Yeah, you would know because you have that knowledge of like the calendar. That's before the Empire even existed. That was like 623 years ago.
623 years ago. Damn. Yeah, that's quite far.
Ghost just says, I think all of these are new to us. I don't think you understood what I meant when I said that Heidi was from a long time ago. 600 over 600 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying that to you, by the way.
To Jason?
Yeah, to Jason.
Okay. You see him digging through stuff, and he throws a copy of 13 Angry Men and The Lord of the Necklace, the trilogy, onto the pile. And he's just like, wait, hold up. So you say, wait, you have the memories of someone 600 years perished inside you.
Not correct. She is alive and well.
Oh, but just 600, but like from 600 years ago.
That
they-
is correct.
But are they continuous? Like you've lived for that long, kind of deal, or like swapping back and forth, like taking turns, kind of thing? Like what? What's going on there?
The memories I can access seem to stop. Not stop. There is a gap in time from what she understood as 2642 to a couple of weeks ago.
Jason,
Yeah.
do you have any intelligent type skills?
No. They are punching stuff and being charming.
Okay.
I mean, he's not dumb. It's just not like
Yeah.
it's not his usual gamut.
Yeah. I just roll a d20. I'll give you know what? Give you accuracy because he grew up in the Empire. Okay, yeah, 10. Empire dice really came in handy. This is how they keep the Emperor alive, is they cryologically freeze him. He goes into hibernation. Because the Emperor's still been kicking for that long. Like, he was born... You actually know the date because you were a very good student, right? The Empire was born, what was it, 623, so let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 617 years ago. And has been still alive because of cryogenically freezing him and putting him in hibernation in stasis. So the technology does exist. You can stasis somebody.
When I look at is the body in front of me the same as the one that Heidi was using?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same body.
For me, the player, is your body meat or robotic?
It is meat.
It's meat. Yeah.
Out of character, to explain what's kind of going on, is it's similar to somebody with DID. 2 personalities in one body.
I was gathering that out of character. But like in character, Jason has seen the port at the nape of your neck, right?
Maybe.
Or is that covered?
It's covered by her hair.
It
All right,
might
so
have.
so then he wouldn't have like pried or like looked for it. Okay, then let me. All right. I think he kind of just nods and he goes, "Oh, okay. I think. Wow, you must have." The only thing I can think of that's kind of like that is tech that I know of that can freeze you. You can get preserved cryogenically, and that explains a lot, actually.
Let's do Joe's.
You going through the movies, there's one movie that Ghost recognizes from Heidi's memories.
Oh,
Yeah, it is it on the like the screen, there's like a little like star that says um Emperor Seal of Approval. And I'm just trying to think what the Emperor's favorite movie is as a kid was. I think it's like a Care Bear movie, because he would have been like a child from like that time. So like when like because you went to stasis like what was how many years before he was born? 1, 2, 3, 4 years before he was born, or something like that,
mm-hmm.
or 6 rather. Um, so yeah, it's like a Care Bear movie, like the Kind Bears. Kind Bears 23.
My my date data memories. So that one I'm familiar with. I do show that was the Emperor's favorite movie. It shows he approved of it.
I think Jason scrolls back. This one?
Uh, yes. Kind Bears 23.
Geez, I haven't. I don't think I've seen a Kind Bears movie since I was like 5. I mean, like, okay, you want me to throw it on the pile? Like, that's fine. And he does. He like drags it over to the list we're building.
If it's meant for children, it probably would help with. God, I'm slipping into another character's voice. Sorry. It probably would help with emotions. Correct.
No, that's a good point. I actually didn't think about that. As Jason to himself sort of slides Triassic Park into the list. It's just like, yep, that's happening.
Classic.
Important.
Oh, yeah. Also, surprisingly, Emperor Seal of Approval, even though like he's been in like cryostasis when that came out. You get the fact that like they try to have a mandated Emperor Seal of Approval just to keep up with being like, hey, look, he liked this movie, even though it's just like, I don't think he ever saw that. He's been in stasis for like the last decade. Like they brought him out to do a prophecy and put him back in, and like. But The Kind Bears actually was his favorite movie when he was like a little child. So the old movies definitely, they have some authenticity. The newer movies, they get the approval. They're more like, okay, well, this is just they're trying to say something about this movie. Damn you, Court.
I don't know if Jason would put that together.
No.
Like he would have thought that it was a rating system and not like it was the Emperor's favorite movie.
Yeah. Well, that's how it originally started. And then when they're like, well, we can't do it anymore because he's been in stasis for 50 years, the movie rating company's like, but that makes us sell more movies. And they like campaign to get that. It basically became a rating system afterwards. But if you go back far enough, it becomes actually favorite movies. Bureaucracy is fun.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, no one would know this. I just want to expout some lore because I think it's neat. Of a silly, non-consequential thing at all.
I think So we got one from you, Ghost, but Galahad, I still need you to throw one on the pile
he
here.
put Slow and Curious. He did.
Right, Slow and Courteous. That's right.
He did.
They got you.
What about this one? As Ghost is pointing to, it's a title called 622. It's spelled Amoy.
That the Western?
The characters it as Ghost clicks on it, it kind of expands in genre. It does say Western. It looked interesting because the characters remind me of Galahad.
I was actually going to say that's like your favorite, right, dude? Like, is that? Have you seen this? No, I've seen this. I just know that there's the train on the front.
No.
Yeah, what was Galahad's favorite movie? It was a duo.
The Western one?
Yeah, the one that you named your guns after.
The title of that film is the Smart, the Daft, and the Stupid.
Okay. Nah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's going in there.
That was my mom's favorite.
Hey, you know, if we're talking westerns, the Fantastic Six, being thrown in there too. That's really good.
You know, that movie is actually based on another movie called shit. I Need a Number and a Warrior Group. Because okay, Magnificent Seven is based off this. Yeah, okay, you got one?
Fearsome Five.
Fearsome Five. Because it's the Seven Samurais that Magnificent Seven is based off of.
Yeah. Do you want to say like the Six Soldiers or something?
Six Soldiers. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I was actually based off the Six Soldiers.
I mean, look, you're gonna sit over there and listen to shit. Come over, get your ass over here.
Okay. Well, clearly,
pick a movie that you think is gonna help a fire. All right, because that was the whole point of this. I'm just putting in, like, I know what schlock I like, but like, I'm trying to put some think pieces in here. Like, I mean, that's why I put Love Actually for real this time. For real, actually, right? Yeah. But like what are the classics that we talk about?
I mean, Mercury Creed's great. It's about overcoming, overcoming adversity. Rising above, having to deal with the pressure of your father being, a great. It's a good boxing movie. I just want to watch it again, but like,
well, damn, dude. Okay, I mean, maybe I need to see that. Holy shit! Because like, if you leave me alone, I'm gonna put Back to the Present on this fucking list, and that's like it, right? I mean, it's good, but it's not like, it's not gonna. It's just fun. Like, no, we don't want to see a movie about a guy trying, like, his mother trying to fuck him. Like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not a. I don't think that's a real like mood maker. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about it.
He did what with his who?
Oh, look, we can watch it later, okay? I'm not going to explain it. It's going to spoil. I've already spoiled enough of the movie as it is, okay? We just got to watch it.
Huh.
Yeah. Mercury Creed is really good.
All right, I think last one, I will put Goodwill Seeking on the list, and we'll call it.
Okay. Just, I mean, this was ages ago, and like, he was definitely an old man at that point. But the actor that played Mercury's rival, Earthy, I met him.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Dutch, every time I think I got you figured out, there's some new fucking thing.
Well, gotta keep you guessing. And he does a little jab, like a mimic.
I think Jason will do a little oof oof like in response of just like pretending to get hit and be like, "Okay, boss, damn."
Ghost is gonna turn to Galahad and just go, "Is this what they call flirting?"
Galahad like looks at you dead in the eyes. What is flirting?
I thought you knew.
No, I don't.
Is this like silent or is this like enough to be overheard?
It's enough to be overheard.
This isn't
Oh,
flirting.
yeah, no,
This isn't flirting.
it has to be over.
This isn't flirting.
So, yeah, you see Jason make a
Jason's-
fucking the cringe face from Soul Eater,
He's-
and you hear the stone grind noise just
Jason's
as he
too young
turns to
for
you with
me.
that face. It's just like,
Jason's too young for me.
I don't understand. What is happening?
it is awkward and embarrassing to sort of imply that two people who are both way out of range as far as age and also power and a lot of different factors that make it not appropriate for someone to pursue romance with someone else aside from like personal preference, and that's embarrassing. And that's why, buddy, that's why. I'm doing a lot trying to push through it to just tell you why, because I like you as a friend. Yup. Hey boss, I'm good. I'm gonna go die I'm gonna go die now. I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
perish. I will be yep, I'm goodbye. Yeah, fuck. And he's gonna go to the bar and get a drink.
You know, Galahad?
Galahad. Sorry.
No, you should join us for boxing.
Join you for boxing.
I'm teaching Jason some moves. You might as well come down and learn some too.
Okay.
Oh wait, shit, that's right. Then he sprints back over and he adds actual steel to the list because it was really good. And he goes back and he finds the Dusk Zone episode where that came from and adds that too.
The Galahad slowly sneaks in a film called Given. Like he's just like slowly putting it in.
God.
He's just like, that's a good one.
I have a very specific set of skills.
Even he knows the line. And Galahad like leans over to Ghost. I think we have mentally broken Jason. But I don't know how. That's the strange thing.
I don't know how either.
Then we are in agreement that we are both quite daft.
He might need to run a self-diagnosis.
I think he needs to stay away from us for a little while.
And Jason's back at the bar and he's like, "No, you're just challenging my paradigms here, bud. I need a whiskey."
I take that I need a whiskey as God help me, please. I don't know what to feel or think. These two won't stop. Maybe watching movies will be a good idea. I don't understand why they drink these things.
I Heidi does have memories of drinking. Like, the memories tend to be hazy at times, but there's a lot of joy associated with those memories.
Hmm. Then why do I see some people cry while they're drinking? I remember I walked past a bar once and I heard someone say, "Oh God, I wasted my life," while drinking whiskey. Talked about something with the word divorce in it, I'm not sure.
Ooh, that's audibly oohs. Drinking is a complex subject.
That's what I've been told.
Some people drink to forget their problems, and that ain't healthy. I mostly drink to unwind, just a nice glass of something clean.
That is an interesting thing. They drink to forget their problems, yet I kept hearing all of it.
Well, sometimes problems are too big that you can't forget them. They're ever present. It's like the sun. You can't look away from it. It's too bright.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it hurts you.
Exactly.
It's yeah.
So drinking's kind of like putting sunglasses on. You know what? This is a bad thing. I realize this is on me. I start doing a metaphor.
Ah, yes. The good old metaphor.
But how do you explain it to him? Like, how do you break it down into something without relating it to something else? I mean, like, that's the thing. Galahad, that's the thing with humans. Like, we tell stories and shit because it's easy to get lessons about something across by having you relate to something, just like metaphor, instead of just being like, don't do this thing that I'm telling you to not do, because it doesn't people don't learn it that as well as if you relate it to something, right? Which is why we keep launching in the metaphor and shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's trying to get you a whiskey too.
I don't drink whiskey. I don't even drink.
Let's get you an
first
oil.
time for everything.
Let's get you an oil.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, you know what we could do, actually? We could get you some rubbing alcohol, and you could just, I don't know, clean your face, but pretend... The thought was there.
Dude, Galahad pats his shoulder. There. You're trying.
Yeah. I was trying to be clever, and that's normally not my forte, so...
When Galahad does that, Ghost is going to do it on the other shoulder too.
Okay, thank you, Ghost.
Galahad did say that this can be comforting.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good scene to... That's a good scene.
Jason, you hear is just like, and Jason's just like, all right, that's...
Yeah.
Yep. He just ends staring at the bar, just like in shock.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
That fully works for free, Lav.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
You thinking?
I'm thinking, because I'm looking at the time. and we've been going for almost 3.5 hours. So I think we'll do the other half. We'll get. I want everyone to obviously have it down, like, downtime kind of thing. Because that was mostly Jason. He dragged other people into the scene, but like I still want people to have their individual downtime. So we'll just do that next session and continue that, and that way everybody can have like their own thingy.
Huzzah.
Yeah. But that was good.
Hell yeah.
I do want to end on one last thing. And another ship, some light years away. 2 figures, a man and a woman, are staring at a monitor. And it shows a hologram of the Sermon on High. And they're like, should we strike them? That's what the woman says. And the man's like, let's give them a little bit. We want to hit them when they're least expecting it. And we fade to black on that. Da da da.
Hate that.
Yeah,
That's
I want you to feel uncomfortable as players. Smile.
It worked.
Smile.
Hell yeah.
Never.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Yeah. Man, I hope you all had a good session. I know I
Yeah.
sure did.
I had fun breaking Jason.
It was some good roleplay. I really liked it. Yeah. But yeah, I
Yep,
hope
you definitely challenged a rich kid to some shit he has never thought about before.
Mhm.
So, yes.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed listening to it as well. And yes, we will see you next episode. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, thank you.
It's kind of perfect to end on.